Why does my computer run fast after a clean install? I recently formatted and reinstalled Windows on my laptop. It now runs much faster. I have been doing this about once a year for the past decade. Why is this needed? I always figured this had to do with installing and removing programs, which over time fill up the registry with junk. Is this true? Are there any programs that can tweak the system without reformatting?
The registry is a bit of a misconception. The way it works, it could be filled with junk, but it shouldn't slow down your machine. Imagine, all roads are linked, but just because there is a traffic jam somewhere doesn't always mean it will affect you somewhere completely different. It is pretty much just software that starts with your computer, updaters and bad drivers. You can greatly speed up your computer using Microsoft sysinternals auto-runs and delete/disable INRIs you do not want to start up with your machine.
You try out lots of applications. Due to your computer's configuration, Windows loads in more junk than on a clean install. Software developers believe their apps are so vital that part of them must be loaded at boot time and have icons in the system notification area. They need a special driver, but no one tries to write small drivers anymore. They should check something every 5s even if it only changes every 3 weeks. Availability of updates will, screen orientation, attachment of a phone, etc. New files appearing that need indexing, adding to albums. Software developers tend to have the latest mega PC, and believe you should too. So people with slow PCs should fix any problems by buying a new PC for the app. Viruses, Trojans, etc. Antiviruses, anti-Trojans, etc. P.S. I'm a software developer.
The biggest slowdowns are the crap where you keep installing. If you don't use it, uninstall it. Before installing anything ever again, do a little research into what the best apps are to do what you're trying to do without a lot of overhead. Post such a question on Superuser, you'll get rep points. The next biggest thing is your antivirus and other security type software. Throw that all away and learn how to surf safely. If you must download something from an unknown source, run it through virustotal.com before executing. I don't care what they say, you can survive just fine without antivirus software running on your machine. I'm not saying you should shut off Windows Firewall, just don't add an antivirus or internet security suites.
No, even if the registry was massively bloated, there would be little impact on the performance of anything other than exhaustive searches, ed. of the registry itself. Is a quote, in the comments, by Mark Russinovich, who is a widely recognized expert in Windows operating system internals as well as operating system architecture and design. Up to this point, nobody has proven him wrong with extensive unbiased tests that involve multiple reboots, multiple computers, different sets of software and can easily be reproduced. It's one of those myths that get debunked amongst many other so-called performance improvement tips, simple because nobody has even reproducible claimed that the cleaning on its own improves performance. Because really, removing entries that aren't even touched while your PC boots is not going to have much effect. What mainly slows down your PC are arrays, automatically running entries, which you can clean with auto runs. This tool lists the following: logon applications, Internet Explorer extensions, scheduled tasks, services, drivers, codecs, boot execution code, image hijacks, AppNet and Nongls, WinLogon, WinSock providers, print monitors, WLSA providers, network providers and sidebar gadgets. Over time, these applications themselves load more information, which is what makes software like disk cleanup come to existence. Cleaner these days does quite well on enumerating most of the files of most of the software you have. However, you will want to stay away from its registry cleaning capabilities, which have a higher chance of breaking something than giving you any performance benefits. The most well-known locations where this happens are the temporary folders of Windows, as well as caches and history files and folders of your browser. These are files and folders that are actively used and thus play a big role in your performance. Other files may include those referenced to by the registry or by configuration files on your computer. Keeping the amount of software and files, folders on your system to those that you actually might help as well. So, to summarize, cleaning the registry does not make the registry smaller, but leaves blank space behind. Compacting the registry to remove blank spaces can be done with NterGopt as administrator. The registry itself does not become slower as its size grows. Entries in the registry can affect the performance of your installation, mostly the arrays entries. Files on your system that are referenced by the registry or configuration also play a big role. Make sure you regularly get rid of viruses, software you don't need, and cleaning out old files. Here's what Chris Pirillo from LockerGnome, famous for his tech on CNN, has to say.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.